Welcome back to Queen's Quest, everyone. We are here at Van Buren Park in Baldwinsville, New York, getting ready for the Syracuse Open. I'm here on hole 10's new tee pad. Old tee pad's over that way a little bit. This one's maybe 30, 40 feet longer, 278 feet. There's kind of a fairway there. It slightly bends to the right. It's hard for you to see the basket, I think. But I'm going to throw AVR X3. I'll let you know if I hit the line or not. That's a little wider than I wanted, but I split some trees. Should be in a good spot. It looks like those two trees I split that I was trying to go right of, I actually want to go left of to follow down to the basket. Gave me a circle 2 look though. Looks like there's a little wall behind it, so there's probably a pretty good drop off. Man, I like that one the whole time. So we might as well do it again. Hole 11, another new tee pad with the pavers, 310-foot par 3. You can see what looks like the gap. That tree in the middle really is in the middle. The basket's kind of on the left side of what you can see of the fairway, behind some more trees that this tree in the middle makes you throw at. I'm going to try to stay to the right of it and just barely drift to the left. Try to get a circle 1 look to the right front from the right side of the basket. Yeah, that's what I drew up. That felt like a pretty good shot. That one worked out super well. I would love to hit that line again. Hole 12, 213-foot par 3. You can see the basket up there, tucked behind another little gaggle of trees. I'm going to go with this Buren AVR X3. That'll work nicely. I'm over here on the right side of the basket, and there are a couple trees. This little skinny one, and then that one right close to the basket. I still have room to make the putt, though. All right, hole 13, 682-foot par 4. Got a blue basket out here to the right. Don't worry about this basket straight ahead. Yeah, should be just fine. Just walked out of the gap here on 13. It's a good chance to show you the rest of this big park. Up there at the top of the hill on the left of your screen, I believe is 18's tee pad. We were in the woods over there behind that. And it spans all the way. You can see the parking lot at the top of the hill over that fence up there. And here we are back to my shot. About 345 feet or so away from that blue pin up there. I'm gonna pull out this cigar. I haven't really thrown it much in the open, but I've got a little bit of a right to left wind, it feels like. So I think if I can put this straight at it, it might drift a little bit left and then finish towards it. Well, not exactly what I said, but still finished towards it, so the shot worked out pretty well. Shot worked out very well, just outside the bullseye. That's what you want. On to hole 14, 270-foot island hole water carry. This is either a really good idea or a really bad idea, because Onyx, the frisbee dog, really does enjoy going in the water. But we'll see what happens. Maybe this one will enjoy going in the basket. I've got a right to left. I'm gonna have to throw this pretty hard, I think. But once it gets there, it shouldn't go anywhere. It almost went right on in the basket. Landed right there at it. I'm gonna have to give this one another run. That's just a fun shot. Might end up having to bag that just for this hole, you know. But I'm gonna throw this beat in AVR X3. You see me throw quite often as well. Yeah, landed in about the same spot. All right, Onyx the frisbee dog won the CTP. Got you guys sitting on the drop zone. It's probably 45 to 50 feet. But let's not use that. Let's just use the frisbee dog. On to hole 15. 412-foot par 3. OB on right, left, and long, but nothing looks too pressingly close. A little bit downhill. See if I can get this wraith a good rip and get it there. Little tailwind. Got it there. Let's do that during the round. Now what we've got right here is my absolute favorite type of putt. Hole 16, 606-foot par 4. We're starting our climb up to that hole 18 shot, all the way up at the top of the hill up there. You can see we got a blue basket straight ahead off the tee pad going back towards the parking lot. The OB road over here. There is an OB line right that may come into play second shot. But it looks like I just want to steer clear of this clutter in front of me. I'm going to try to go left of the electrical pole and fade to the right. Hopefully I can clear that mound. Can't really tell. It's pretty far uphill. 31 feet is what the T sign says to a short pin. So a lot more uphill to the long pin that we're playing. Yeah, cleared that little crest I was talking about. That should be a pretty good spot. Well, that little crest I was talking about is actually the Parker Road, which plays as an OB river. I did carry it, so I suppose I'm going to have to try to do that again, but we'll see how I feel once I get here. I've got about 290 left where I'm sitting, and that is 15 feet or so past that OB carry. So 290 up the hill. Gonna play pretty far and a right to left. I'm gonna go with a Halo Thunderbird that I've got. Looks like there's a tree to the left of the basket. I'm gonna throw at it and see if I can fade in front of it. Yeah, I got that a little nose up. Pushing the OB line left. I stayed in bounds, but I didn't like that shot. See what this cigar does up the hill. Yeah, I like that shot a lot better. It hit that tree just short, but that's a good line. All right, so that tree's short, just about 23, 24 feet. A pretty good spot to be. Moving on to hole 17, 645 foot par 4. There's a blue basket up there. I've been instructed past those two trees you can see and then up to the right a little bit. If I stay left, I'm going to have a better line at it and less steep footing. So I'm going to try to move off to the left a little bit. Well, I didn't mean to move that far left. I'm going to throw another frisbee. Pretty strong right to left. Yeah, I think that should be a good enough spot to get a birdie from there. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, I've got you looking at the basket. I'm about 60 feet behind you and down that steep hill. So I am 340 feet away from that basket, you can see, but I've got to throw so steep uphill. It's going to be difficult to reach it. I'm going to come in from the left side of your screen. I'm about to throw a Thunderbird. Yeah, not bad. I feel like that's short. You'll know before I will in this case. I did end up well short on that second shot. Deep circle 2 if I'm even in circle 2. But you got to get pretty far off of that tee shot to be able to reach this one. So I'll be okay with par. Hopefully I can get a birdie though. All right, everyone, we have made it to hole 18, 524 feet, about 50 feet downhill. Those last two holes of climbing lead you to this beautiful finishing shot. I'm going to go with that red wraith. I get some good flex out of. I want it to go pretty far to the left because the downhill and kind of slopes to the right as well is going to drag me pretty far to the right at the end. So a little bit of nose down and good bit of drift to the left. See if I can get something there. Oh, I did that pretty badly. That is not going to drift to the left. But it's in bounds. I've got one that's flippier than that. I know I can get it to drift left. Let's see. Should be kind of a left or right here. This one's pretty well beat in. I'm going to have to try to keep it flat to not let it overturn. Well, sure didn't overturn it. Not too bad of a shot. Got a new disc I've been trying out as well, the Maya. A pretty flip. So this one is pretty flippy without being beat in. I've thrown it a few times. See if I can get a nice flex shot off. Stay up. Oh, that was pretty close. All right, I had some technical difficulties after that last shot on 18, but thank you guys for joining me out there at Van Buren Disc Golf Course in Baldwinsville, New York, as I'm preparing for the Syracuse Open. I'm excited to play this weekend, 3 different courses. Gatekeeper Media going to be out there, so hope to get on some coverage as well. And like I said, thank you guys for joining me. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like and subscribe to Queen's Quests or Nathan Queen DG. And we'll see you out there next time.